Hello, today I'm going to show you how I thin out my carrots. I don't like to do much waste with my carrots, so I let them grow a while before I thin them out. So as you can see, they're all pretty tightly together, but after I thin them out, then it allows for the ones that I leave remaining to get bigger and grow larger. After I thin it out, it allows the carrots to grow to the size that you would see normally at a grocery store. But the little ones are still really good to eat. So I'm going to show you how I thin them out, and then I get to still have something to eat. Okay, so you can see they're pretty tight together, and actually I need to do a little bit of weeding as well in here. So as we're talking, I might just do a little weeding too. However, like this right here, I know is an arugula. I'm just going to leave it there for a little while because I love eating arugula. If you let your arugula go to seed, it will just pop up all throughout your garden. So that's what I do. I leave it, and then I'll eat little baby arugula here and there. This is what happens if you just let arugula pop up wherever you want it to. Look at that nice arugula plant that I didn't plant. It just found its own place to be there. So I am going to go after this carrot right here. It looks like it's fairly big, so once I thin it out, I might actually have a good sized carrot here to nibble on later. So here we go. There's my nice little carrot. And I'm trying not to pull out all of the green leaves of the carrots that are remaining, so that way it can continue to flourish. So I'm trying to be really careful about that. And then here we go. So now that I have this one out, I can wipe some of the dirt off it so it stays back in the bed. And then I take the top off, take the bottoms off, and those will go in my compost pile. And then I'll put my harvest right here. Set my stuff aside to go to the compost, and then I find another one to thin out. I'm going to go for this one right back here, and just pull straight up. And again, I'm just going to make sure that I don't pull out the greenery from the carrots that are remaining. And there we go. That's a nice little baby carrot. And then I click the top off, click the bottom off, and put it in my little, so now I have two. Set that stuff aside and just keep working at it like that. After you start pulling stuff out, you do want to go in here and push the soil back over where you pulled out the carrots, so that way the next carrots coming up will have a good layer of soil over them. And then that's what I do. I keep on just looking through, finding a carrot that should come out of there. These ones are pretty close right here. I'm going to pull this one in the back. Sometimes it's pretty tight because they're growing all next to each other. And this one's actually a good size. Let's see if I can get it out of here without ruining the greens of the remaining carrots. Takes a little bit of patience to do this part. And if you feel like it's just too much, you can take one by one off, and then that might help. See, like I already kind of, this carrot over here already has a top that's lost a top. So what I'm going to do is, I think this piece is already going to come out pretty easily, so I just pull that off. And then that makes it a little easier so that you don't destroy all of the greenery of the carrots that are still there. And voila! And this one is even bigger than the other two. And take the bottom off and put it in there. So I'm just going to continue like that, and after a little bit my carrots will be nice and thinned out, and I will have a yummy snack, or I might have enough to even make a little meal tonight with carrots. So I'm going to show you a close-up. I'm going to go for, I think, this bigger one in the back. So see how there's two really close together right there? I'm going to pull the one in the back because then it will give the one in the front more room and the ones behind it more room. So I'm going to go right in and pull this one straight up. Ooh, that's a little fat one. So I just thinned out half of a row, and they're pretty well spaced. There were a few that I kept in here because they weren't very big, and I'll come out and thin them again because those are a little close to each other. But for the most part, I gave most of my carrots some good space, and I did a half a row, and I have that many carrots to show for it. I still have that half of a row to go, and then I also have another little row back here, which is probably another half, that I'll have to thin out another time. I don't know if you noticed, but I have netting here. The netting is to keep the deer from eating my yummy vegetables. So I put it down when I was weeding and thinning out my carrots, but all I have to do is just hook it back up. I have a little hook on this side, and then on this side I just flip it up over the top, and it's enough to keep my deer out. Then I don't have to have a whole yard of fencing around my whole garden. It's just the garden beds that I want to keep safe from deer, I do that. Otherwise I don't need to. Like my asparagus garden, I don't really need to put a fencing around it. If you find my videos useful or entertaining, please click like and subscribe. Thank you.